Audio Jungle.
Who is Charlie Munger? Why is he all over the charts among top investors? And if that's so, then what do we know about his investing approach? Hello guys, this is Omega Finance, your go-to channel made to bring educational content in the world of personal finance and investing just for you. Now moving back to the topic. Today we'll get to know some exciting info about Charlie Thomas Munger, also known as the partner in crime of the legendary investor Mr. Warren Buffett. Throughout this video, we'll talk about Mr. Charlie's early life, how Mr. Charlie and Warren Buffett got the title of the most legendary investor of all time, his portfolio, the way he looks at stock buying opportunities, and the famed LOLLAPALOOZA effect, and see how he used it in his professional investing career. All of these questions will be addressed in today's video, so make sure to press the like and subscribe button and stick to the very end so you don't miss a single thing. Charlie Munger grew up in the same town as the wealthy businessman Warren Buffett. He was born in Omaha on January 1st, 1924. Buffett's grandfather owned a grocery store where he worked as a boy. This was his first job. He got $2 for his 10 hours of work. Later, they would become fast friends and business partners. But back then, they had never met. Charlie wasn't always interested in the subject of investments. During World War II, he went to Caltech to learn how to be a meteorologist. Robert A. Millikan, Thomas Hunt Morgan, Carl David Anderson, Edwin M., and George Wells Beadle are just a few of the Nobel laureates who had also studied at Caltech. Later, he went to Harvard Law School, and when he graduated, he opened his own law practice firm. The firm's lawyers often helped investors and managers of investments. This was the start of a long career in investing for him. By 1965, Munger stopped being a lawyer. He started working for his family-owned business for a long time after that, and by 1978, he was the vice chairman of the board at Berkshire Hathaway. Charlie Munger has contributed significantly to the professional and personal success of Buffett. Together, they worked for nearly 50 years to establish a company worth over $593.15 billion. In contrast, Munger is among the most successful investors, although receiving far less attention. Their massive wealth discrepancy is a significant cause. While Warren Buffett's net worth is around $94.2 billion, Munger's net worth is barely $2.1 billion. He is not one of the 5 wealthiest people in the world. However, Munger's involvement with the organization is substantial. He supports higher education institutions by contributing to and getting gifts from several of them. In 2004, Mr. Munger donated 500 shares of Berkshire Hathaway to Stanford University. The total value of the shares on the market was $43.5 million. The gift's planned purpose was to construct a graduate student residential complex. Charlie Munger is not the world's richest person, but one of the most likable investors. Therefore, let's take a hint from the best and determine how to merge their investment philosophies and strategies into our own. Charlie Munger says, when you've educated yourself to be more detached and interdisciplinary, it's a lot of fun to outthink someone who is much cleverer than you. Additionally, I can attest from my experience that a lot of money can be made. Number 1. Treat your shares as the owner of the company. Consider yourself a part owner of the company based on the number of shares you possess. How interested would you be in becoming a part owner of a firm with no long-term goals or a corporation with serious structural flaws? You disagree, right? Munger claims that investors may improve their decision-making when treating their investments as genuinely buying a piece of the firm. He thinks it's crucial to grasp their business strategy to appreciate their ethics fully. He considers manufacturing costs, brand loyalty, network effects, etc. An organization's potential for expansion is directly proportional to the quality of its foundation. Number 2. Pay far less than what the item is worth. According to Munger, no enterprise, no matter how excellent, is worth an unlimited price. When factoring in life's inevitable ups and downs, we need fair pricing that leaves room for maneuvering. The worth of possession is quantified by its intrinsic value. The margin of safety represents the difference between the market price and the actual value. Both Benjamin Graham and Warren Buffett stress its significance as an investing principle. Investors might improve their chances of success by keeping a safety net available. Number 3. Be rational, maintain concentration, and be patient. Most of life's blunders result from losing sight of one's goals. Due to emotional biases, we often make erroneous judgments. Munger argues that reason is the remedy for such errors. It is the defining characteristic of successful investors. How to be rational? Begin by developing your patience. This seems to be a simple task, but it is challenging for most investors. Like Buffett, Munger believes in value investment. Patience is the only trait required to be a diligent value investor. Why? Because when you block out distractions and concentrate on the long-term strategy, you will observe the miracle of compounding. This is precisely how Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett amassed billions of dollars in wealth. According to Charlie, a person's method of thinking and deciding upon actions is influenced by the mental models they have. There is more to investing than just looking at numbers and deciding whether to purchase or sell. Individual actions have a significant role in the investment process. Investment choices are typically hampered by human nature, cognitive biases, and emotional states. Financial choices are frequently made on the spur of the moment. These mental models give us insight into bias's role in our decision-making process. In a presentation in 1990, Munger said that the key to success in business and life was to get familiar with the foundational models of a wide range of fields. According to him, if we can master 80 to 90% of these models, we will have almost all we need to comprehend the world. However, much time and effort are required to master these mental models. He stated during his address, "You've got to have models in your brain, and your indirect and direct knowledge must be arranged in a matrix of models." You may have come across some pupils who seem intent on only cramming and regurgitating what they've learned. Unfortunately, they're unable to succeed in either school or life. It would help if you had a mental latticework on which to hang your experiences. Charlie's most essential guiding concept boils down to the 4 virtues of forethought, patience, decisiveness, and self-control. These qualities are interdependent. They can't survive without one another. Collectively, however, they produce a snowball of advantageous outcomes. The Lollapalooza is what Munger affectionately refers to exceptional and remarkable performance or results. The Lollapalooza effect. This impact is grounded in people's innate propensities and prejudices. As a group, they have the power to affect and shape our actions. The term Lollapalooza effect describes what happens when many biases work in tandem to influence our behavior. In his 1995 Harvard address titled The Psychology of Human Misjudgment, Charlie Munger coined the phrase Lollapalooza effect. The numerous factors that might lead to erroneous judgments were discussed. To illustrate, he spoke about open outcry auctions as an example. Take a peek. In an open auction, 4 common behaviors occur when people are encouraged to place a bid. First, social proof. Humans tend to strive to achieve acceptance by conforming to the norms of a social group. The term social proof refers to the propensity of an individual to conform to the behaviors of their social peers. One could reason, if my friends are purchasing it, then I need to purchase it too. Second, tendency towards commitment. It's human nature to want to keep bidding in an outcry auction once you've begun. For example, I am obligated to make my offer, therefore I will have to proceed. Third, consistency. It's the mental process one goes through when one decides not to break a link. For instance, if the person is well known for having a particular taste in music or movies, they may feel compelled to purchase such items. For example, I'm well known as a consumer of such items. For the album, I need to have this one. And fourth, reciprocity. The social norm of reciprocity requires that those shown favors return it. Therefore, attendees believe they have a right to make purchases just by being invited to the auction. For example, as the guest of honor, I feel obligated to make a purchase. Why the Lollapalooza effect is important for investors. Munger warns that the Lollapalooza effect might cause herd mentality in the financial markets. The actions of one trader may have a ripple effect on the market. A piece of news, for instance, may cause millions of investors to purchase a specific sector while selling another one. This may cause the market to become very volatile. At a mental level, this is analogous to the snowball effect. The single most significant risk for any investor is succumbing to the temptation of following the herd. Everyone, after all, is on a sales blitz. When everything is said and done, who benefits? No one. We tend to follow the lead of others because of something called the herd urge. Investors always worry that someone else knows more than they do, whether the market is going up or down. This results in traders having a strong desire to follow the herd. Investors in the late 1990s often made the mistake of thinking that any unexpected decline represented an excellent chance to purchase. Although there is a good chance of making money by purchasing at a price drop, this is not guaranteed. Not every stock that has dropped in price is a solid purchase because it's now more affordable. The ups and downs of the market have several causes. The buy on dips strategy might be risky when used alone. Such biases are common in the economy's small and large dimensions. Therefore, in Munger's opinion, it is prudent to keep one's emotions under control. Charlie is more concerned with what to acquire than what to sell at the right time when it comes to making investments. He suggests keeping a notebook to record your thoughts on the material you read. The subjective effort required to grasp mental models may pay off handsomely. It aids in the development of more refined mental representations. Additionally, he has a system to keep tabs on his mental model. In his opinion, the checklist approach is the way to go. In his words, different businesses need distinct checklists and mental models. The use of a checklist. Charlie Munger is a conscientious investor who follows his standards and guidelines. Every financial choice he makes is guided by his technique, which involves using checklists. He thinks being steadfast, realistic, and well-organized is the key to being a great investor. This aids in minimizing the number and severity of stock buying blunders that investors make. It mandates a multi-factor analysis of a company's merits before any investor makes a purchase. Keep in mind that there is no universal set of criteria to follow. Each investor has to create a checklist and revise it as necessary. This means that a checklist's requirements might change over time. Because of this, repeating the same error is less likely to occur. Finally, Charlie Munger's emphasis on only doing business with those he trusts shows his honesty and sincerity. He is rich by investing in abstract ideas. He has become wealthy by following his tactics. His approach takes focus and forethought. Over time, the advantages and findings grew. Munger says to succeed, you must avoid making bad judgments. Herd mentality occurs when numerous individuals make the same dangerous investment. They're commonly overvalued. Instead, list your mental model. Munger famously said, "Nobody expects you to know everything, so don't be afraid to confess ignorance or incompetence." And that concludes our competitive analysis of Mr. Charlie Munger's secret investing strategy. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon if you're new to the channel so you don't miss any new stuff. With that being said, take care until next time.